This is Russ. Let's talk mirrors. Mirrors. Now you might say, hey, Russ, you're inside. What are you worrying about that right now? Well, a lot of people are looking for things that they can buy to put on their bike so when they're ready to ride in the next season, they're ready to go, okay? One of the most important things I think people should have is a mirror, yeah. And some have said, why don't you get one of these electronic things where you can just put a camera behind your the rear of your seat or something like that, or put it on the rear rack, and then you have a TV monitor basically in the front of your bike. Well, that's a lot more high tech, and really what you see is the direct thing behind you, whereas I actually want to see the thing on the side of me, on the left-hand side, because here in the United States we usually ride our bikes on the right-hand side of the road. So I want to see what cars are coming off on the left side of me, right? So I usually look for a left side mirror. Now, you might want to put a mirror on both left and right side, but the problem is that on your handlebar, you have so much stuff sometimes on the right-hand side. A lot of people have their throttle is there, their brakes are there, everything is in the way. So the left-hand side mirror is probably more critical. But yeah, you could do a left and a right mirror. Now, here's the difference between the mirrors. You can get mirrors that go on what they call the bar end, or you can get mirrors that go on your handlebar, all right? There's pros and cons for both, okay? Let's talk about the bar end version first, which almost all of my bikes don't have. In fact, all of them don't have bar end mirrors, but there are people who like it. And the reason they like it is because if you put the mirror on the handlebar, then it sticks out only so far. If you put it on the bar end, it sticks way out, all right? And so when they look down there to look at the mirror, they don't have their shoulder in the way. If the mirror is on the handlebar, that's further inwards now, and so what happens is that a lot of times your left shoulder gets in the way. So in order for you to see a clear view, you may have to turn a little bit when you look, so your shoulder's out of the way, and then you can see, on the left-hand side better. For me, I'm used to doing that, so I prefer that. Others don't want to do that, so they do the bar end version. Now, the problem with the bar end version is it sticks out more, all right? So I find that if you're pushing your bike past the doorway, you might have a problem with those things sticking out. So even for me, I have all of my mirrors are on the bar itself, so it doesn't stick out quite as much, but I still usually rotate the mirror in a little bit so I can get through the door easier. A lot harder with the bar end, all right? Another disadvantage of the bar end is if you fall and you fall in the direction of where the mirror side is, you'll probably break the mirror, okay? If your mirror is on the handlebar, I had to think a little bit about that. It usually is further inwards, and so you might scrape the edge of the mirror, maybe the plastic that's holding the mirror, but the chances of you breaking it is less, all right? And so in that case, that might be a more preferred thing for those who are worried about, dropping their bike and breaking the mirror. But either way you look at it, you need a mirror, okay? I don't prefer to keep looking over my shoulder constantly to see if there's a car there or not. I'd rather just kind of glance at the mirror and know immediately whether there's a car on my left-hand side or not. Now, the right-hand side could be an issue too, okay? Cars can be coming in from the right-hand side, but it's less than from the left-hand side. Now, if you have mirrors on both left and right, and I have a couple bikes that have that, then you're covered on both sides. But you got to make sure that there's enough space on your handlebar to be able to do that. This is where the bar end mirrors might come in handy because you can put them on either way. Now, to install those, a lot of the bikes usually have a little plug at the bar end, and you just pull the plug out, and then you put the mirror there and tighten it up, and it locks itself in place. Other bikes have grips that might have to be cut on the ends so that you can get the bar and mirror in there. A little more hassle to do, but you can do it, okay? For me, since I don't do that, I don't worry about it, but I know that if you do plan to do that, you might have to cut a little hole there in order for you to insert the mirror, all right? Now, people have always asked me, what mirrors do you suggest? Well, I've always had this one mirror in my suggestion of accessories, because you could always find the accessories if you go to the russisright.com website, or even in the video description of any video I have, you'll see a list of accessories there. Sometimes it's not totally complete because we have a maximum amount of letter spaces we can type in there. But I usually keep the mirror in there, and it's usually the half-knee side view mirror that I use. I have a Amazon affiliate link there that you can use, and I've been using that mirror all the time. The only other mirror I've ever put on, well, okay, there's been some others. Some have been provided for me. Ufree provided me their mirror once. XNeedle recently provided me with a mirror to use as well. That's on my Magicycle Deer 22.0. And then, who else gave me a mirror? Oh, Ufree gave it. Magicycle's given me mirrors as well, where they had their mirror. I appreciate them giving that to me, but I found that those mirrors tend to be a little thinner. Not thinner in the sense of, the material's thinner. I'm just saying the height of the mirror, I don't know what you want to say, is less than the half-knee mirror. So I prefer that half-knee mirror because it's kind of a teardrop shaped mirror, and that gives me more ability to see below besides above. Okay, so it gives me, the bigger the mirror, the easier it is to see, right? So if it's not as wide like the Magicycle one gave me, I don't see that. So a lot of times you'll see that I'll tilt the mirror so that the length of the mirror sees the higher part, and then the closer to me sees the bottom part. Not ideal. The tear shape looks a little weirder, but actually works better for me. So I typically will buy the half-knee mirror, except, whenever people provide me with mirrors, then I will try to utilize them as well, because, mirrors aren't cheap. And, if you have multiple bikes, I'm putting them on every single bike, because it's hard to kind of swap mirrors from bike to bike. That would be a lot of effort. So I don't do that. I just buy the mirrors. This is why when I sell my e-bikes off, I usually strip it. I take off everything I put on there, bring it back to where the factory had sent it. That's what you end up getting when you buy one of my e-bikes when I'm done with them. Because I need those other parts for the next bike that comes in. Otherwise, I'd be buying it again. So anyways, that's all I wanted to say in this video is consider getting a mirror for your e-bike, and at least do the left-hand mirror. And it's up to you whether you want to do a bar end or a handlebar mount mirror. Okay. Some people do a mirror. They'll do the ones that connect to your helmet. Have you seen those? I've never really felt comfortable with those because I kind of felt, I got this bar that's really close to my eyeballs. If I fell, what would happen? And others have said that, well, it's never going to happen like that. But I just don't feel comfortable with it. But some of them swear by that, because then it's always at the exact same spot all the time, no matter how they turn their head. And it's on their helmet, usually. So if you're one that likes that, that's fine. I like a bigger mirror. I guess if it's small and it's close, maybe it looks okay, but I prefer a larger mirror, and I don't like that bar being so close to my eyeballs. So anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let me know what kind of mirror you put on your e-bike. Put in a comment below. I'll talk to you guys next time.